Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Right, on my last video, the Beatles vinyl collection finale, one of my subscribers, Alan Edwards, asked me, because I mentioned obviously I see the Queen movie on Sunday, he asked me if I would share my thoughts on it. So this one's for you, Alan. I hope you like it. I mean, I don't really do film reviews. I have done, but I'm not too clever at them. So let's start off. Right, obviously it's Bohemian Rhapsody, and starring Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, Farouk Busara. Me and wifey went and see it in the IMAX because it was Queen's music, you know, rocky and heavy, etc. I thought that would be the best way to go, and wow, what a payoff. It was definitely the right decision. It also stars William Lee, who plays Brian May, brilliantly, by the way. Seems to have captured Brian May's really nice gentleman with a bushy hair, which he's always had, hasn't he? Well, all of them were brilliant. Ben Hardy as Roger Taylor and Joseph Mazzello. Joseph Mazzello as John Deacon. Spot on. Now, I didn't know any of the other actors apart from Rami Malek, obviously Mr. Robot, etc. And also, I've got to mention the love of Freddie's life. Love of my life. Lucy Boynton played Mary Austin, who was like Mercury's girlfriend and best friend, the only person I think he trusted through his whole life, you know, 110%. He really loved Mary. So there was also Aidan Gillen. He played John Reid, Queen's manager. He was also Elton John's manager as well. Aidan Gillen's a brilliant actor. Seen him in a few things. Game of Thrones, obviously, everyone's seen him in that. And he's a superb actor, very, very good. And he's got an excellent career ahead of him, I think. Tom Hollander as Jim Beach, who was Queen's lawyer, who turned their manager in the end. And, of course, Mike Myers. Now, Mike Myers played Ray Foster, the guy from EMI, an EMI executive, really. The guy that turned down Queen. He thought Bohemian Rhapsody was too long, and that was very comedic. I loved all the bits with Mike Myers and the band in it. It was bloody brilliant, and I thought it was a good idea to give Mike Myers a little nod, because a lot of us remember the movie Wayne's World and that scene in the car where they're listening to Bohemian Rhapsody and that build up for me, for me, for me. Bloody brilliant. We all remember that. So I thought the cast was really, really well done. And when Queen actually are on stage, it looks like you're actually watching Queen, obviously with 4K footage. I mean, the picture and sound in that IMAX was second to none. Right. Now, I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'm going to try not to do any spoilers, because I think if you're a music person, you should definitely go and see this movie. Now, I wasn't the biggest Queen fan, don't get me wrong. I grew up with them in my life. My elder brothers, Ray and Les, used to play them quite a lot. And obviously we all know Bohemian. Well, we know all the hits of the 80s. They were the bigger bands, you know. So anyway, it starts off with the 20th Century Fox, as it does. Right? But it's bloody brilliant. It goes, you know, the 20th Century Fox fanfare. But then all of a sudden you can hear the Queen guitar. It's brilliant, really draws you in. I thought it was a lovely little touch. And it opens up the movie with the beginning of Live Aid, where Freddie's just about to go on the stage, etc. And I don't, like I said, I'm not going to go too far into it. And then it goes right back to when Brian May and Roger Taylor was with the band called Smile with Tim Staffel, and they was doing the song Doing All Right, which I actually thought sounded really bloody good. But you could see that harmony between May and Taylor already. It just needed, obviously, Freddie's little... So that was kind of nice. Yeah, and it got... What I liked about this film was it sort of like showed you how they was doing some of the recordings. Certainly on, obviously, Bohemian Rhapsody, because they had the first couple of albums out, everything was going well, and then Freddie just come up with this piece. And it amazed me as well. I didn't know this. How many critics slated Bohemian Rhapsody when it first came out? Literally, loads of people criticised it. And I think to myself sometimes, critics are so far up their own jacksies, aren't they? Bohemian Rhapsody got slated. One of the best songs ever written, isn't it? So that was really good. Yeah, the cast was awesome. Remy captured the essence of Freddie, I think. Yeah, I mean, there were certain differences. I noticed that Remy kept his blue eyes. Freddie had dark eyes. But it captured not only his mannerisms when he's up, all of that, the sensitive side of Freddie, the more shy side of Freddie, vulnerable side of Freddie, you know. I mean, the whole relationship with him and his family, certainly his father, gets to you. Yeah, it was quite amazing, really was quite amazing. And obviously it all builds up to the story right the way through the 70s and into the early 80s, and obviously 1985 was Live Aid. Now, I watched Live Aid. I was old enough, I wish I'd have gone. And of all the bands that played there, and don't get me wrong, some of the best did. You know, Paul McCartney was there, David Bowie was there, Elton John was there. There was a whole load. Status Quo. I think Status Quo actually opened it with Rocking All Over the World. But everybody remembers the Queen performance. They stole the show. They really stole the show. And funnily enough, after I come home from watching Bohemian Rhapsody the weekend, I actually went on YouTube and I looked for that half an hour segment of Queen at Live Aid. And I tell you what, it was something else. And they recaptured that in the movie brilliantly. And that's another thing, how they done the crowd. Because it's literally mind-blowing. It's literally mind-blowing. And how he controlled the audience. You know, after he come out and done a couple of songs, and he was giving it that Day-O. And he had them right there. Incredible. It was electric. Yeah, so I really did enjoy the whole experience, and I'm not going to give it away, like I said. But a couple of bits I did find out, which was quite mad, was Bryan Singer, the director of this movie, you know, Bryan Singer, X-Men and all that lot, he was actually fired by 20th Century Fox on the 4th of December. I think him and Remy Malek was having loads of rows on set. I know Bryan Singer's had a hell of a lot of problems. Quite a few problems, but we're not going to go into that. Oh, and another nice touch which I thought, I mean, I didn't see this, I read this, so obviously I'm going to have to rewatch the film again. And I am actually thinking about going again at the cinema to have that experience again, because it was something else. And for me to go to the pictures twice to see a film, it is a big thumbs up. Thumbs up. Adam Lambert, the guy who's currently singing with Queen, you know, with the voice, he makes a little small cameo in the film. So if you do go, keep an eye out for him. But rating out of 10, it's up there. 9, could even be a 10 out of 10. Could even be a 10 out of 10. There were some really high moments, some really funny bits, you know, where Freddie was telling Roger Taylor, higher in Bohemian Rhapsody, when they was doing the recording of it. Yeah. For me, it's an all-round 10 out of 10, I think. It's got to be. I mean, I've done the best thing. And also, because we went on a Sunday morning, we was dead centre, near the back. It was just there in front of us. And the sound in the IMAX, especially We Will Rock You, you can imagine.
I want to give the audience a song that they can perform. What's the lyric?
I hope that was good enough for you, Alan. If you're thinking about going to see it, mate, do. Treat yourself. Couldn't come highly recommended enough. So have any of you guys seen it already? What did you think? Drop them in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the film. And the soundtrack, I recently got that on Spotify. Been having a little play. Terrific. So yeah. Right, that's it for today then, guys, really. I'll be back with another ramble real soon. Take care of yourselves.
Is this the real life?